it's Shani. Welcome back. Guess what time it is? It is time for our weekly roundup, where I go over all of the eyeshadow palettes I used over the past week and I rank them from least liked to most liked. Now this week we have 7 slots and I think we have about 12 palettes, so we got a lot of palettes. And the reason, of course, for that is because I combined palettes for some of the looks. So let's go ahead and jump right in. At number 7, we have one of my favorites, the Danessa Myricks Groundwork palette. This has really become probably right now the top neutral palette that I tend to use. I mean, if you already have a neutral palette that you really like, I don't know that you need this one. I like it because I think it's super innovative with the different textures. I like that the pans are magnetic so you can pop them out and put them into your own magnetic palettes. I do feel like, I was thinking about this the other day, I am gonna run through some shades faster than others. I really wish that you could buy the single pans, you know, especially since they are magnetic. So I wonder if that will happen, because that would be great. I definitely think I'm going to run through Core. I'm going to run through Harvest and Bark. I think it'll take a little bit longer to run through, excuse me, Tourmaline and Sculpted. Like, I use this one for brows and I use this one for liner or just as a black shadow. So I don't know, that might be a downside. But it would be great if they can. I would think that they would, though, right? I don't know. Maybe I can call Danessa. But this has become the palette I tend to go to now for simple, neutral looks. There was nothing wrong with this look that I did the other day. It's just super simple. And a lot of the other looks I did this week were just a bit more colorful. So this is at number 7 with this super simple look. And yeah, I'm really, really enjoying this palette. Again, if you already have a regular powder eyeshadow neutral palette that you like, no need to get this, especially if you're not wanting to kind of learn how to use the pomade and all the other things in here. That was number 7. Number 6 is the look that I have on today, and I used the La Cienega palette from Adept Cosmetics. Now, the reason that I bought this palette is definitely for nostalgic purposes. Like, all of the names of the shades are like streets that I've lived on or live on or driven down, or areas that I'm aware of, because it's all about LA. So yeah, I like using this and pulling it out sometimes just to feel some LA vibes. But for this one, I just used a couple of the darker mattes and then went in with this shade here, Santa Monica Boulevard. And that's the look I have on today. I went to lunch with a lovely new friend. I'm really excited. And yeah, I just wanted to do something easy and something along the lines of what I typically like, which is this sort of like plum pink kind of vibe. So that is number 6. Number 5, this was a combination. So this is 2 palettes. Now I combined the Ghost Town USA palette from Nomad Cosmetics. This is very much a cool tone palette, and there are some shades that lean a little bit warm, but I want to say that this is probably the most cool tone palette that I have. And I paired that with a definitely not cool tone palette. I paired it with the Melt Amor y Mariposas palette. There are some cool tones in here, but I paired these together. I used a shimmer from here, and then I used the mattes from the Nomad palette. I like both of these palettes, and I couldn't decide which one I wanted to use, so I just used both, which tends to be what I do. The look was really cool. It's one I did in one of my news videos this week. I just really like it, and I like that I paired 2 palettes that I wouldn't necessarily pair. This is also the biggest palette from Melt Cosmetics. I think their other ones are typically like 12 shades maybe. I don't even know if this one is available anymore. I got it when it was on like deep discount, and I really like it. Numero 4 is my homegirl Pat McGrath. Have we talked about her lately? Why is she coming out with those like 2 shadows? Like Patricia. Do we need a session, girl? Anyway, it is the original Mothership Subliminal. And it's the one with that pretty blue shade. Basically, I just used the blue. Put that all over the lid. I think maybe I had black liner. It was really simple, one shadow look. And I liked it. I really liked the intensity of the blue. I feel like the other shades are kind of ones we can find in her other palettes. But I also think that the earlier palettes, like 1, 2, and maybe 3, earlier Motherships, lean a bit cooler than many of the rest that come after, except I do think Divine Rose 1 leans cool. Anyway, so this is the original. I think the 3 first ones are kind of considered the OGs. So I just wanted to give this one some love. I don't feel like I hear as many people, well, I don't hear as many people talking about Motherships, period, but I also don't feel like I hear them talking about the earlier ones. So that was number 4. Number 3. I like the look. It was my weekly collab with my friend Jan Van. I like the look. The palette, the first palette I used, it's so confusing. No, I don't like that palette. And you know which one it is? Go ahead and take a guess. It's Natasha Denona, I Need a Nude. And you know what? I do not. I do not need this nude. I would rather a different one. What I tried to do for this video, it was a video about a week ago. I tried to recreate a look that Natasha did on her website by using the exact same shades that she used. The exact same shades, the exact same placement, and she used the shades from this palette. When I tell you, go back and look at that video, these shades, the mattes were just not showing up on me. I looked like casket ready. Like that is the vibe I was giving. And the shimmers were okay, but I really had to build them up because, again, these shimmers are, to me, I don't like them as much as her other palettes. And actually, I've already kind of deconstructed this palette, and I don't have no more of the shades. I just took them all out, and I'm going to use this as something that is like a magnetic palette for if I want to like make my own palette kind of thing. But girl, I was ready to just throw the whole thing away and call it done. Just the shades. Did I keep any of the shimmers? I don't know where they are. I was just so disappointed in this. And I know some people rave about it, and I think really that it is made for lighter skin tones. I don't think if you're my skin tone, maybe even a little lighter, definitely deeper, the mattes are just not gonna look good. Unless you like sort of that toned down, cool, like ashen look. I'm not saying that to be combative or anything, but I know some people prefer that kind of vibe. For me, it doesn't work. Now, so what I pretty much used instead, I think, was the Blend Bunny Cosmetics All Done Up palette. So I tended to stay in this row here, and I used these shades as the matte shades that I wanted, and then I went in with the shimmers from I Don't Need a Nude. So the look came out really pretty and very like, just kind of like dramatic and cool toned. But I'm done with this. If you see the tally marks I have for how many times I've used this palette, I used it a lot. So whenever I'm iffy about a Natasha Denona palette, I'm telling you, I will use that palette to really give it a chance. It was the same with Metropolis. I know so many people love that palette, and I hate it. And this will be the second Natasha Denona palette that many people love that I will declutter. It was Metropolis, and it's this one. I just like, usually I say give it a try, or it might be a good fit for you. If you are darker skinned, don't give this a try. If you are lighter skinned, girl, you are going to love this, especially if you like more of a topper shimmer than one that has more opacity. Like, I think Liz Perry, who watches my videos, a friend of mine, I think she loves this palette. Don't you, girl? I've seen you do some really pretty looks. This is not a palette for me. I've seen it look so good on other people. So yeah, maybe Natasha will come out with I need a dark nude palette. But no. This was good. That was number 3. Number 2 is the Lethal Cosmetics Metamorphosis palette. Here is that one. This is actually the palette I used when I went to the office this week. I just popped these out. These are magnetic as well, and I really enjoyed the look. This shade right here, it's very much a multi-chrome, and I pretty much use this shade and this shade. I actually have a video coming up where I show you how I did the look. 2 shadows. Who am I? It was just 2 shadows. It was a matte and a shimmer. It was really pretty and like iridescent. One of my clients that I don't think has ever commented on my makeup or eyeshadow or anything was like, wow, I really love your makeup. And I was like, thank you. So I loved it. Let me know if you have any Lethal Cosmetics eyeshadows, or they also have face powders. So one of the face powders that I have is like a bronzer, and then I have some that are blushes. The cool thing is that you can mix and match. So yeah, let me know if you have any. The size of the face powders, here's one that I have. This is like a shimmery blush. Super pretty, right? Look at that. Just very like pale pink. Look at that. It's just so pretty. Oh, this would have gone. That's cute. Soup's cute. Now in number 1, my favorite look of the week. And it is the look that I did for my little friend Charlotte. So for that look, I combined 2 palettes. I used the Cosmic Wanderer palette from Terra Moons. I used this pretty much for the mattes, and then, oh, and the shimmer. And then I paired it with the Gothic palette from Cosmic Brushes. So this is an all purple palette. I think it's been out for 2 weeks now, 3 weeks. I know Heather was like telling Jan and I about this palette and the new one that Cosmic Brushes is about to come out with that looks really pretty. Don't get it before me, okay? I get nervous about their palettes because they run out so quickly. So let me buy it first. But I combined these 2 and I really love the look. And if you didn't know, Charlotte loved it too. She actually drew a picture. Love her. Let me find the picture because it was so cute. And she loved the look, which was all I wanted. I just wanted her to like it. I wanted her to feel special because she was getting her own look. And here it is. Let me see. Wait, can you see it? This is so cute. I just love it. So Charlotte drew my eye. I think she did a wonderful job. I can't even tell the difference between the picture that she drew and the one that I took of the look. Really, really, it was just really, really fun to do something super cute for someone, you know, to make them feel special and smart and loved and all that good stuff. Now, child, I don't think I have anything non-eyeshadow to tell you about. I did cut my finger somehow. So don't do that. I think that's about it. Let me know if you're gonna pick up the new Cosmic brushes. It's like an all like cool tone icy blue palette. That's probably gonna be the only like all blue palette that I have. Do I have any others? I'm gonna get it. And then Davina is coming out with their first palette. And then Sonia G is coming out with some brushes. I'm probably gonna not get those right now. Ain't nobody got money for that. And I think that's about it. Let me know if there are any other releases that you are looking forward to. I think that is it. So leave me a comment. Let me know what palettes or singles you use this week. I always like to know. I hope that some of this was helpful, and I also hope that you are continuing to take care of yourself. Please be sure to like the video. Would love it if you did that, and I would love it even more if you subscribe to the channel. Don't forget to leave me a comment. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time.